Hello there, guys. Aaron Jana here for Forever Football, DRFC, your Doncaster Rovers fan channel. It's your preview day now. I know what you must be thinking. Why in the world of God am I not, behind that Keepmoat Stadium or Memorial Stadium, shall I say? It's because my laptop's having some technical problems. Hopefully it should be fixed in a couple of days, but I'm not promising anything at this stage. I might need a completely new laptop, which means getting the software back again, and it's just going to be one lousy mishap. So probably for the next couple of games, couple of previews and reviews, you're going to see this style, but it's the best I could do, unfortunately. I hope you guys really do understand about that. But I'm doing things the old-fashioned way. I've written down my predicted lineup, because obviously I can't share it on screen again, which is such a shame. It feels like everything at Rovers is going wrong at the minute. Things are going wrong. The season's gone all up, and now I'm having to work with what I've got. But Bristol Rovers, it's going to be a very, very tough game, of course. Bristol Rovers, they're in the bottom four. They're fighting for their lives right now. It's going to be a tough game, in my opinion. I do personally believe that it's going to be interesting to see if we do win. Hopefully that win could maybe get us back on form. But you never know with this league, do you? You never know. I mean, Bristol Rovers could do a number on us. So you never know what's going to happen. But yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? It's Bristol Rovers has got to really go for it now. They've got to just absolutely go for it. I think that overall, Bristol Rovers, they can be a competitive side. The main thing that's let Bristol Rovers down is the players. I think the players are the main issue at Bristol Rovers at the minute, not really the manager. And the fact that I think Sam Nicholson, I think that's his name, is out for the rest of this season, and that's one of their top players. So that's not been a big help to them either. But, we haven't exactly been on the greatest of form either. Bristol Rovers have got some tough games coming up in a few weeks. In the next few weeks, I say, and throughout the rest of this season. So if they're going to stay up, they're going to have to try and get as many points as possible, which includes getting points off our lot. So it's going to be extremely hard to see what's going to happen with this. But it's going to be interesting. We're going to see what happens with it. May the best team win, I guess. And, from our end, I've seen a lot of reaction on social media to, the fans want the chairman to go. The fans want the manager to go if we lose. A lot of fans saying that if we lose, the manager must be relieved of his duties. We have to remind you, and I said this, the first thing I said in that Charlton review was that it's not the manager, it's the players now. You've got to look at the players and think of their mentality. I'm not one of those people that's going to slag off the players, but in terms of constructive criticism, what I will say is we've got to have the right squad mentality consistently game in and game out, no matter what happens, no matter if our star player gets sold, if our manager walks for a championship club, no matter what happens, the squad have got to have a consistent mentality in their brain to right, we're going to let nothing else distract us. We'll try our best. We're going to go for it. We're going to make sure we get the 3 points no matter what. Over the last few games, there's been a considerable number of players that haven't shown consistent mentality, and that's something we need to see in the game tomorrow. So it's going to be interesting. I mean, I've gone with a different formation for this predicted team. In goal, I've gone with Lewis Jones. Back four of James, John in the centre-back role, because obviously Joe Wright's going to be probably injured for this game. Anderson and Halliday. I know a lot of people probably want Seaman at right back, but I think he's going to go with Halliday, because don't forget these predicted teams are a mixture of what I'd like to see and what I think he will probably put out. So there we go. I've gone with the diamond. Now, the reason why I've gone with the diamond is because technically we've got 1.5 wingers. So the kilo, and then you've got Okunabiri, which is half forward, half winger. You can play both positions. Let's go with that. So then when Sims comes back on Wednesday, we've got 2.5 wingers. So the way we need to do this is use the width play to our advantage, but use our strength, which is our midfield. If you're going to play Horton at left back, James will be in there guaranteed. But if James is playing at left back and Horton's on the bench, which I've got, my diamond would be Smith or Greaves at CDM. Then the other one of the two out of Smith and Greaves partners on the opposite side to Bostock, and then Coppinger at the cam position. So I'd have the two wide centre midfielders supporting the fullbacks, creating the link-ups to Coppinger in between the CDM and Coppinger, and the two up front, which is Bogle and Fajiri Okunabiri. So that's what I've gone with in terms of a starting 11. Of course, on the bench, obviously there's no Taylor for the rest of this season. John Jules back in a couple of weeks. Sims is out till Wednesday. Wright's out until God knows when. So on the bench, Balcom, Lakilo, Horton, Blythe, Richards, Gomez, and Robertson. That's the only bench you can realistically put out. Of course, there is just one thing missing, and that is my predicted scoreline for this game. What do I think they'll go for? I think a lot of people have said, 1-0, 2-1 each way. It could be either way possible. It's going to be interesting to see what we go with. And yeah, you know what? I think I'm going to go with a 1-0 win. I think it'll be a tight game against a side that's fighting to stay in the league here. And we're going to just get the win. But a lot of people have said 1-0 or 2-1 either way. And a lot of people have said 1-0 either way because, we don't look like we can score 2 goals at the minute. So I'm going to go with the 1-0 win. I'm going to say we'll just edge it. Top 3 players that I think could be involved in that 1 goal I'm predicting: Bogle, Coppinger, and Bostock. Those are the 3 players that I think could be on the scoring sheet. Bonus 2 options: Okunabiri and James. That's what I'd say. But I'm going to go for the 1-0 win. Comment down below your thoughts and predictions for this game. But for now, guys, my name is Aaron Chandler from Forever Football, DRFC. I'm really, really sorry it's going to have to be this way for the next couple of games before I get my technicalities fixed. It's becoming a bit of a pain in the neck for me. I'm not going to be honest. To be fair, I was going to joke with you. I was going to do like a late April's Fools and lie to you and say I'm having to do this for the next couple of games because I'm in an apartment in Los Angeles or something like that. But no, unfortunately not. My laptop is like Jacob Marley out of A Christmas Carol. It is as dead as a doornail. So I'm going to hopefully get it sorted in the next week or so. And fingers crossed we'll get something sorted. But for now, for at least the next couple of games, 2, maybe 3 games, it's going to have to be like this for all the videos. No graphics, unfortunately. And I'm really sorry about that because I've got no editing software as well. So thank you very much, guys. I'm Forever Football, DRFC, your Doncaster Rovers fan channel. Keep living the Rovers life. And that, my friends, is full time. Rovers till I die. Let's get the win tomorrow.